Hi guys, it's the Cryptic Cinema here, and today I'm going to be doing a video which was actually requested by Junkmaster3. Well, he didn't actually request it, he actually tagged me in his video. It's basically like a coffee tag is what the video tag is called. And he basically tagged me in it, and there's 10 questions, and basically I've just got to answer them. So basically I've picked 10 films for the 10 questions that are asked. Okay, so here's the questions. The first question is called Black Coffee, a movie you love but is not easy to get into. And the one that I've picked for this is Nosferatu 1922. I think this film is amazing. I mean, for 1922, it's so atmospheric. A lot of movies actually owe a lot to this film for sort of setting the tone for horror movies to come. And although it's a silent film, a lot of people will just avoid it. However, F.W. Murnau is probably one of the most amazing directors that ever lived and did direct. This is actually the Kino video DVD, which I actually recommend. It's probably one of the better versions out there. I did actually order another one from eBay, which was awful picture quality, so the Kino edition really does get the job done right with the sort of quality. But yeah, this is one that a lot of people don't really watch due to it being a silent film. And the unavoidable thing about this film is how creepy it is for the time. It's such a really atmospheric and creepy film. And yeah, so that's number one. A movie you love but is not easy to get into. Number two is Peppermint, a favourite Christmas movie. Now I was going to go for a Christmas Carol, one of the Christmas Carol films, because that's one of my favourite stories of all time. However, I decided to go for a comedy, and it's Bad Santa. Every year this is the movie that I anticipate watching every Christmas. It's so unbelievably hilarious, and I really don't ever get bored of this movie. I think Billy Bob Thornton's a great comic actor, and this film is just really funny. I mean, just the idea of a bad Santa going around different malls stealing the mall's money after hours. It's really quite darkly comical, and yeah, Bad Santa's my favourite Christmas movie. Next is Hot Chocolate, a favourite Christmas movie. Now, I could have picked really any for this. I decided to go for one which is really nostalgic to me. It is a Disney classic. I believe Junkmaster also picked a Disney classic, which was the Goofy movie, which, of course, for me it was The Sword and the Stone, because this was my childhood movie, in my opinion. This is the movie that I watched all the time growing up. I really don't know what I liked about it that much. It was just a really short and sweet animated classic. Of course, when I was younger, I was I was interested in the medieval times. It's kind of got a weird medieval theme to it. But there's just a really random sort of ending where it introduces an antagonist as the movie's just about to end, and this is the antagonist, Madame Mim. She turns into a dragon, and need I say more? It just ends quite abruptly, to be fair. And yeah, it's just a really fun film. I would definitely class this as my favourite childhood movie, and even to this day, my favourite children's movie. So that's The Sword and the Stone. The next one is Double Espresso, a movie that held you on the edge of your seat the whole movie through. And for me, that is Body of Lies. I mean, there is quite a lot of films that I class as thrillers that I guess is what the question is asking, what's your favourite thriller, and this did keep me on my seat the whole movie through. However, there's probably more movies, better movies that did that do fit that description better, but this is the one that I could think of whilst looking at my collection. It's a very suspenseful movie. Basically, Leonardo DiCaprio is a government agent, and he is sent to the Middle East to spy on a terrorist organisation. He gets captured, and basically the whole sort of movie, you're kind of rooting for the guy and not wanting him to get captured, and then when he does, it's a very intense movie, let's say, and Russell Crowe's also in this, although I think Leonardo DiCaprio does steal the show. But yeah, a movie that kept me on my seat the whole movie through. Body of Lies. Actually directed by Ridley Scott as well, which is probably one of his most underappreciated films. The next one is Starbucks, a movie you've watched more than any other movie, and for this I could have gone with Taxi Driver. I I really do like Taxi Driver, however I decided to go for Goodfellas, which I'm sure if any of you who are subscribed to my channel, Goodfellas is my second favourite film of all time, and for some reason whenever I'm bored, Goodfellas always seems to be a really good alternative to fill in the boredom. I just can't get bored of this movie, even though it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It seems like less than an hour for me when I watch it, because it's such a really well done movie. I think it's, the word that I use to describe this movie is beautiful. I think it's a really touching, beautiful film, and of course the acting's brilliant. I really do love the music. And yeah, this is the 25th anniversary edition, a really, really good edition. But yeah, that's my Starbucks, a movie you watched more than any other movie. Next is, the question is called HIPSTER COFFEE SHOP, an indie or foreign film, shout out, and that's Caligula. I actually recommended this to Junkmaster3. Whether he's been able to track that movie down, I have no idea, but yeah, this is the Arrow version of it, and yeah, it's definitely not recommended for everybody. Definitely, well, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely not recommended for everybody. It's just a foreign film that I really do love. The actor, Malcolm McDowell, of course, is not, well, he's British, however the film is Italian, so yeah, I definitely do recommend the film. If you're able to read this, you'd probably be able to tell whether the movie's for you or not, and I'm being serious, it is quite grotesque, most of the explicit scenes. But it's an enjoyable movie, I guess. It's very well shot. And of course I mainly have it for Malcolm McDowell, which is mainly the reason I have it, playing Emperor Caligula. The next movie the next question is Oops, Got Decaf, and the question is a movie that disappointed you, and there was no question that this was the most disappointing movie. Well, I watched this movie last year, and it was the most disappointing movie. I think it's the most disappointing movie I've seen to this day. I mean, I was just expecting so much more from this. It's 1987. I was expecting it to be a really fun movie. However, the whole thing kind of gets caught up with Sylvester Stallone and his son, and it was just quite boring, quite frankly. Yeah, I didn't like this. This really did disappoint me. Next is Perfect Blend, a bittersweet mix that seems perfect. Now, I didn't really understand this question. I tried to understand it as much as I can. I'm guessing it's two sort of genres combined. But I decided to go for Grindhouse. It's two movies combined with trailers in the middle, so if that's not a perfect mix, I don't know what is. But basically, a really good. This is the Blu-ray, by the way, which the Blu-ray got it done in the end. Previously, they'd just released the DVD and the of both the films with the trailers excluded from both editions. And then they released this, which is basically the whole deal. It's got both movies on it and the trailers, which, by the way, are awesome. Werewolf Women of the SS, that is a really awesome trailer by Rob Zombie. I really hope he gets around to making that film for real. I think that's... One of these movies is by Edgar Wright, and another one is by Eli Roth, I believe. But yeah, this is my bittersweet mix. That seems perfect. Robert Rodriguez, one of my favourite directors, if not my favourite director, and Tarantino. So, well, Tarantino, I pointed at the wrong ones. But yeah, really good mix, in my opinion. And finally, well, no, not finally, actually, this is question number 9. Coffee with Sugar, a movie you might love a little too much. I don't need to say anything about this. This is my favourite movie. I don't even need to say this. This is my movie I love a little too much. But yeah. Finally, we have Friends Don't Let Friends Have Starbucks. That's the name of the question. And the question is, a movie you tell others to avoid. I could have picked any movie for this. This movie is really obscure. I'm surprised if anybody's even heard of it. Yeah, I don't really think I need to say anything about it, to be fair. But it is shit. There's a hilarious scene in it, though. Well, but basically, first of all, the movie is just horrible. It's like one of those recent low-budget films. I think low-budget films become more accepted over time. Like, there's a lot of 80s low-budget films which are classed as classics today, but this one is just... I think it's just lost in a void of rubbish. It's really not good at all. I mean, I can't really describe it. There's a hilarious scene where the characters hear a noise and the bear just sort of pops its head up and like, sort of acknowledges the people. It's not good. Don't watch this film. Don't buy it unless you're really looking for something vile. And on that note, that's the end of the video. So yeah, I guess all I've got to do is tag people now, and I've got to think of people who will actually do this video. I tagged DVD Review Studios. I don't know if he's going to do the video or not, but yeah, that's my tag to him, and also Ultimate DVD Reviews 16. So that was my video, coffee tag video. Thank you to Junkmaster3 for giving me that opportunity to do this video and tagging me. So yeah, definitely check out Junkmaster3, an amazing YouTuber. I'll put his link down in the description. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.